Hello, everyone. I'm Karuana Gatimu with Microsoft Teams Engineering. I want to welcome you to Be Connected Day and thank you for taking the time out to attend this important event. I'm here today to talk with you a little bit about driving adoption of custom applications, especially for those of you out there who consider yourself developers, whether you're a new developer just getting started in this space or you're a professional developer having done this for many years. Adoption is important, right? You want people to see the awesome stuff that you're building. But how do you do that? One of the most important things that you can embrace is what we now call fusion team development. This is an opportunity where professional developers, builders and makers that are business users, and actual users of the application themselves band together to create these experiences. You'd be surprised over my career how many times I've seen people spend countless hours building an application without ever really talking to the people it's going to serve. This is a problem. We have a fancy name for it now at Microsoft, this fusion development process, but all along it's been important to engage people early on in the development process. That is actually the silver bullet for driving usage of whatever application you're trying to deploy. That could be Microsoft Teams, one of our services, or something custom that you've done for your own business based on your business needs. At adoption.microsoft.com, we deliver a lot of good information about what an adoption process actually looks like. However, this process of really engaging with the people you're trying to serve is the most important concept I can share with you. Also, when you do this engagement, have a way for people to give you feedback. I'm not a fan of unstructured data. It just offends the project manager and the developer and me. And so I like to have a feedback form. You can use something as simple as Microsoft Forms or more advanced tools like our feedback hubs or others are out there. But the important thing is that you gather information from the people who are going to use your custom application in ways that you can review and triage and prioritize, and eventually maybe put in your own development backlog as either a bug or a feature, depending on who you're talking to. So make sure you're engaged with the people you're trying to serve. Give them a structured way to provide you feedback. And at the end of the day, be open to that feedback. There's nothing more stressful for a business user or someone who doesn't consider themselves a professional developer to try to give feedback to someone who's a little bit prickly about that feedback. If a person doesn't understand your application, that's not the time to educate them. Just listen. So expand your ability to listen to other people. I think that's kind of needed in the world in general, but it's especially true in the world of custom application development. I've been a business solution architect for about 30 years now, and my most valuable skill besides my technical acumen is actually my listening skills. Many times when people see me now, I'm speaking. And so I'm doing all the talking, especially in this kind of format where it's virtual. But when I'm actually working with customers or even people inside Microsoft, I try to listen more than I speak. That makes sure that people can understand I'm actually invested in what they're trying to say to me. I'm not defending my application. I don't defend the services I represent. I listen to their feedback so that I can become better, not only at what I do, but in the products that I serve and build. So engage with people, structure feedback, listen more than you talk. These are the real important things about being a successful professional developer and having your applications be used. You'll notice I didn't say anything about learning how to code better or having well-structured variables or any of that stuff. Those are all important things too. If your app doesn't function properly or has poor performance or doesn't store data in a compliant and safe and usable way, then you're never going to get to adoption. But I know that you can learn about those things elsewhere. It's important to take those skills, those professional developer skills, or skills as a builder, like we are enabling with some of the new things that we've built out and announced at Microsoft Build recently. It's important to just think about these things in the context of what do your people really need? Sometimes the things we want to build are not what people need. Sometimes we can see further than they are ready for. And so it's always also important to leave yourself a path forward. Make sure that you are hitting the core scenario of features that people really need, and then adding additional capabilities as you go along. One of the big things that's changed over the course of my career has really been this idea of agile development, continuous improvement, and continuous delivery. It can feel a little bit chaotic, but it's important to continue to build and release new capabilities on a regular basis. Stale apps don't always make for the best adoption material. But remember, among everything else that I have said, we're here to help you. Join the Microsoft community. Get involved on Microsoft Tech community, in the Power Platform community, or in the Microsoft 365 developer community. I know that's a lot of communities, but there are people there who are doing what you're trying to do and who are willing to help. Some of the most valuable advice I've ever gotten was not from people who worked at Microsoft, but people who are actually out there trying to enable capabilities for their company. Sharing information, sharing knowledge, and being in this together is important. If you'd like to do more, you can also get involved in the Microsoft community. We've recently announced a Microsoft Community Initiative. You can learn more at aka.ms/MCI blog. Sign up for our general sessions, maybe submit your application to create an event, our Community Days events, or serve on our board. But join us. We're here to help you realize the value that Microsoft services can do for you, your career, and your organization. Again, thank you so much for inviting me to give you this message. I appreciate it so much. You can follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn, or follow MSFT Adoption on Twitter to get more information about adoption materials, development best practices, and our community activities. Whatever you do, enjoy your day at this great event. And thank you again to the organizers for including me. Take care.